Perfect. Hi, hello, how are you? It is Questions and Queries. I almost forgot the name of my own podcast, so we're off to a great start. And just like your favorite winners on this current season of All Stars, I too am legendary. Bad at maintaining a constant upload schedule. So here we are, a little later than promised, but that is a-okay. And I am here with Jake.
No, you're here with Jeff.
Oh shit! Listen, that's how you know how bad it is. Like, I'm here
We
with Jeff.
wanted Jake to come, but he couldn't make it.
No, because someone decided to be selfish and have a birthday today.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What an ugly bitch.
Yeah, what an ugly bitch. I hate people. Uh, no, happy birthday, Jake. Totally get it. Get wasted. Get swifty. And come on, Teletubby. Teleport us to Mars. Huh. But yeah, I'm here with Jeff to discuss the season 14 finale. That is really late at this point, but we're just gonna gloss over it. Really hope my microphone picked that up, because otherwise that would have been a waste of a time.
Totally.
But see, this is what now, post 3 weeks at this point. I mean, we are closer to the Drag Race España finale than we are to season 14. So how we feel about Willow as a winner? Because straight up, we're gonna just dive right in. Willow
Dive.
is the winner. We all know. How do we feel about that?
Uh when it first happened, I didn't like it, not because I don't like Willow, but
Mm-hmm.
because I shipped Camden so hard.
Uh-huh.
I wanted it for her so badly,
Yeah.
and my heart was kind of crushed. But I did a rewatch today to get ready for this podcast.
Same.
And
Because we're professional. This is
right.
professional podcasting.
And I had different feelings. I actually am very happy for Willow.
Mhm.
Now that I took the emotion of Camden losing out of it,
Yes.
I do love this win for
Yeah.
her. She's fantastic. She's really unique.
Mm-hmm.
She brought a lot of different things to the table. So as much as I wanted Camden, I am happy for her.
Agreed. And I did discuss on the last episode, which definitely was last week and not any later than that, that as a narrative standpoint, Willow's win makes the most sense. And so I think it wraps up everyone's storylines the cleanest. And I feel like in that way, I was satisfied with it. And I will say now, having had time to digest it, again, only 7 days and not any longer, that I am okay with Camden losing, even though I was pulling for her the hardest, besides Bosco. But um, I mean, we can get into it, but I don't think Bosco's performance in this finale warranted her winning anyway.
Yeah, you were rooting for her because of her location, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but she was pretty awesome. We could see her again in the future. I wouldn't be
I think
surprised.
Bosco has great All Stars potential. I will definitely give you that. I
Yeah.
think, I mean, any of these people who didn't win today all have really great All Star potential. Um, but so for this episode, we're just gonna cover their lip syncs because that's all what it came down to anyway. They did all their fun reunion stuff last episode. And I guess, I mean, yeah, it's really that. Like they have like bonus filler of like pit crew dancing. Rue cracks some liners that haven't been funny since the 60s. Just kidding, Kimura, JK. Um
And a
that is a great
presentation
reunion.
to who was that queen that I didn't
Oh, hot
know?
chocolate. That was a
Yes,
good one.
I
Actually,
didn't
because
know her,
I
but
knew Hot Chocolate, best Tina Turner impersonator of all drag queens. So I'm glad they gave her shout out because it is what she's owed. It is what she's due. So as a, I guess, why am I the youngest and have the most like queer archival knowledge that does not matter to anyone else but me?
I I
Sorry.
I guess my exposure to drag queens started 11 years ago when I met
Mhm,
Alfredo. Because before that, I was out, but I wasn't
mhm.
really into that world. And then when
Mhm.
I saw that first episode of season 4, I was like, hell yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, that's
uh,
fair. I mean, you saw Chad Michaels and you're like, she's the one. She's the one.
exactly. And that did it for me. And I've been hooked ever since. But I liked how they did a big "Hey girl, hey" to hot
Mhm.
chocolate.
Yeah, that
And
was cute.
I wonder if this is something we're gonna see on future
I'm
seasons.
okay with this. Like, I'd love like some of the OGs to get more of a shout out. I'd like to see Coco Peru be on my screen for
Uh
just a second.
now I know her.
Lipsinka. Like there are some big names out there. Sasha Colby, Carrie Colby's drag mom, absolute legend. Like, give them their dues, give them their flowers. They deserve it. I mean, I'd love for them to start having, because while I was doing all this streaming stuff, I like them to stream the pageants every year actually and have that available for more people to find and not just bad clips on YouTube. Because there's also some nice overlap in that scene. I already talked about how Mariah Paris Balenciaga and Olivia Lux. Shit, what house did you join? Someone will tell me in the comments and scream at me. One of your Finnish folks, you know. But they faced off in a ball for the category of face, and it's just so good. Oh my god. Speaking of ball culture, Legendary season 3 is currently out. Please go watch and support. It's great.
Alfredo is already watching it. I heard Bob the drag queen is
It's going to be
making
a
an
guest judge.
appearance, and
Aja's
Aja.
competing.
That's cool.
Her house ain't doing too hot right now, I'm not gonna lie, but we still congratulations, Aja, for being a house mother. Good for you. Currently rooting for the House of Revlon. Those are my favorites right now, but we'll see what happens. For Drag Race finale. Sorry, like I said, there is a lot of TV going on in my life right now, and there's a lot to cover.
It's been hard to keep up with
Yeah.
Survivor and like American Idol and Canada's Got Talent. Now America's
Mhm.
Got Talent is going to start. So yeah, I've been really busy too.
No, yeah, it's bad. And if you want my Survivor hot takes, follow me on Twitter. You'll get that spell at the end. But I've been live tweeting about it every week. Many opinions. Fuck Jonathan. Moving on. Anyway, so let's break down these lip syncs before I get too sidetracked. So first up, we had Miss Angeria Paris Van Michaels. Um,
You ugly bitch. I still
God,
can't say
what an
it right.
icon. Oh, you ugly bitch.
Thank you.
Yep, there you go. You're welcome.
I wrote it
Um,
down, but I just didn't write the right pronunciation.
oh, but she is in this pink uh jacket, which reveals into a bodysuit, and the song is "Check My Track Record," which I was a little confused at because that would have been accurate 4 episodes ago. Because up until like the last 4, her track record was the cleanest. However, didn't fully stack. And I don't know about you, I felt like the whoever was singing the song does not fit Akira as a person. You know, like I I find when I think Akira, I think like just like, like Southern country belle, little country, little kooky, I don't think and I'm like, it doesn't I don't I didn't get an Nigeria vibe from that song. Like, does that make sense?
I agree. It seemed a little misplaced. It
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of missed the mark, and it was sort of just okay compared to the other
Yeah.
performances. I thought she
Hmm.
always looks great. Like when she came out, the entrance looks. Her
No,
entrance was like,
absolutely.
whoo. But that's always
Like,
been her strength. This was
yeah.
her moment to like, hey, what did you write, and does it make
I
sense?
don't
And
think she wrote this. I think
yeah,
they were given things, and for some of them, you can really tell that this is not something they would do normally.
mm,
And also, Angie isn't the type of person to me who would brag about her track record. She's kind of the person who like lets her work speak for itself.
yeah, that makes sense if somebody else wrote it because I
Yeah.
I didn't really see a connection either. So
So I watched that lip sync and I was like, okay, Angie's not making the top 2 because
yeah.
I don't know. I felt kind of nothing, and it's not Angie's fault. I just think she was given something that does not fit her brand.
Mm.
Um, it's kind of rough. Like, what do you
Yeah.
do about that?
I was with you, and it was sweet. Her mom and dad were there. They had a little
Yes.
moment. Her interview was really good, and she's
Mhm.
amazing. I love her, but yeah, this just wasn't her moment.
Yeah, no, it just felt, I don't know, did not feel like actually, no, hang on. There's something else that fits this better, but I feel like songs were handed out to sort of skew certain people into the final two. Um, I saw some brooms, I saw some canes because there was some production shepherdry happening, and things were guided to be where they needed to be.
I could
um,
definitely see that.
Speaking of production riggery, Bosco. I only say that because of the golden chocolate bar. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve to be there. Just that chocolate bar is still suspect, and we all knew it. Um, Looking, I mean, come on, she looked great. Like in everything she wore in this episode, I was like, you look great. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Her
stop
slutty look
off.
by the pool and
Yeah.
her little scary faces on her breastplates.
Oh my gosh, it was just great. I was like, this is so stupid, and I love it. No, it was good. Her her song
The
was
Demon of
boring.
Seattle.
It was boring. I
Devil. That's what it was called.
Yeah,
Devil. Yeah.
like I could I listened to it again today, like on YouTube, just to like get it back in my head. Lost it in 5 minutes. Could not tell you what the melody is, what it sounds like. And it's like, damn, like, and this is what I mean. I think someone wrote the song to be as bad as possible because I was like, I don't know why you would want this, you
Yeah.
know?
It's very
Uh,
forgettable. Very
yeah,
just
I will say oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I see what they might have been trying to do, but rather than
Mhm.
going with her evil side, I think they would have been better to play on her slutty side.
Yeah,
Because she wasn't really evil. She had some bitchy
no,
moments, but
sure, but they kind of all did minus Injuria.
yeah,
Yeah,
she could read a bitch, but that doesn't make her evil.
yeah. And like, I will say the coolest part about this lip sync performance was the angel costume turning into a devil costume. Like the garment was wonderful. Like beautiful
Mhm.
gowns, beautiful
Yeah.
gowns. But that's kind of it. And
Yeah.
so another lip sync performance where it happened, I'm like, and she's not winning either.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, where were her dance moves? And like
did she even have backup dancers?
yeah, this was her moment to bring
Well,
it.
yeah,
And
I suppose she needed to, so she could like change the headpiece on that garment. Like someone had to grab that. But
yeah,
still, I was like, really?
yeah,
Uh,
give me
uh.
more. Give me
Yeah,
more.
I was not a fan.
After
Um,
such a great season, I wanted them to wow me, and the
yeah.
first two were just kind of
Um, Meh. Yeah. Talon Dot Bosco's boyfriend was cute. So I mean,
yeah,
that's
Blake.
a good start. Great, good for him.
It's never boring, as Blake said.
Right.
And then
Um,
Lucy Lips was with. Now, did you know Lucy Lips before this
I
show?
do not.
No, me neither.
Which, yeah. Um, was no. Yes. Am I crazy? Was Laguna Blue on there at some point, or was that
I didn't write her name down.
no? There wasn't a New York Queen in the final. For some reason, I could have sworn I saw Laguna Blue in the audience, like the third Stephanie's child girl, and I was like, I could have sworn she was there, but now I'm like, I don't think so. So never mind.
She could have
Um,
been.
Maybe, right?
I wish they
Uh,
would show us a little bit more of the audience so we could see who's all there.
there was a apparently Tom Cruise was in the audience. Like that was a
What?
picture that was going around.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true or not, but there was someone who was very incognito, had like sunglasses on and like a hat pulled low. But someone was like, I'm pretty sure that's Tom Cruise. And I was like, I hope that's not true. I don't want Tom Cruise to be in my stuff. Get your Scientology hands out of here. Like, no,
I was just
no,
gonna say,
bad Tom.
does Scientology accept gays? I'm not sure. I have
It's a
no
fake
idea.
religion. Why don't you ask them? I mean, to be fair, all religion is fake to an extent.
I'll
So
I'll email John Travolta. We're old friends.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Maybe he can ask his friends Adele Dazeem if she knows anything about it. Um
Uh,
Any hoodles. The next
so
gal, to
Daya,
perform was Daya Betty, who
Daya Betty.
she ate a dragonfly. It had metamorphosized and crystallized into she was the dragonfly glamour slam bitch ready for the runway. Really Davenport.
Now, Alfredo hated that those costumes. I thought they were really awesome. I
Yeah,
I felt like I was at a Cirque du Soleil show.
my boyfriend and I were split on it too. He wasn't too impressed, but I thought it was really cool.
Okay, so
So
we're on the same
I think
page.
it's a polarizing performance. I will say this was the first exciting performance of the night. And I
Yes.
was like, all right, finally something's happening.
Yeah.
And again, though, this is not a song that I would give to Daya. Like, Daya is like punk and has an edge to her. And then she gets like this like soft, floaty like voice, like, it's like, ew, that's not Daya. Like,
Yeah, I agree. The song was the only part I didn't like about her performance. I
yeah.
I loved the costumes, and she came out with that like ladybug type cover thing. And then when she took it off, those little spiky things came out. I was like,
Yeah, like
I had
fully
a
like an
wow.
extra an avatar, you know? Like I was like, okay,
Yeah.
work.
I was
Tie
like,
me up with that
okay.
tree thing, ponytail. I don't know what it is. James Cameron, friend of the pod, deep friend of the pod. We'll give him a text later. He'll find out.
Yeah.
Um,
At this point, I was like, this bitch is gonna get to the final two.
I thought so too. I legitimately thought, spoilers, I thought the final two were gonna be Camden and Diabetes based on
Yeah.
performances alone.
Yes.
And so I here's my final thoughts on Diabetes. And Jake should have been here because I'm actually about to say something nice about his girl Diabetes. I know, like he's missing the best part. This would have been the ultimate birthday gift. You fuck up, Jake. Come on. But I, as our listeners know, was not the biggest Diabetic fan throughout the season. I was wildly unimpressed half the time. um, and it's, I will say, watching her get to this point and having like clawed her way back, not only back into the game from being eliminated, but making it to the end, I had to give props to her. I was like, honestly, good for you. Like, you fought to be here, and I actually do think you deserve to be here. And so I kind of wanted Daya to be in the final two at this point. I was like, honestly, she deserves it. And she didn't. And I was a little bummed out about it. And I also think I am glad Daya was not afraid to genuinely feel her emotions on camera and did not care how other people might take it as bitchy or not. Because that is something that we haven't gotten since the old season of Drag Race. Like when everyone was calling each other a Heather and a booger, when like Lily Raven has a whole confessional just calling another contestant shit for like a minute straight. And I was like, it's nice having genuine drama again. And
Yeah.
we're not everyone's so scared of how the fan reaction will be in the day of social media. And I just think it's would have been a pretty boring season without Daya. So I'm glad she was here and I'm glad she made it to this point.
I agree. During the reunion, I felt like she almost apologized a little too much and cried too much. I don't think that was all necessary. I think she
Mhm.
felt like it was because she got some hate mail, but I
Yeah.
don't think she did anything out of disrespect. I think she just told it like it was, and then
Yeah.
she made the appropriate apologies afterwards,
Right.
and she was interesting. She gave
Yeah.
us good TV.
Yeah. Like nothing Daya did is cancelable. Like she
Right.
was in a competition where there's only one winner, and sometimes people react to stress in different ways. And she knew she was making a TV show. So like,
Right.
who cares? Like, it's not like she was like, Jasmine Kennedy, I hope your mom dies, and I hope like, your dog gets run over. Like, it was nothing like wildly uncalled for. It was just a girl was feeling the pressure. and she had a lot to say about it.
Exactly. There's
It
no
worked.
there's no Will Smith here. Like she's not going to be kicked out of Drag Race for 10 years.
I go
Touche.
there because I have opinions about Will Smith that apparently other people won't agree about.
We all have opinions, but I'm not
Most of
saying
them stink.
I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I have a lot of love for Will in the past, and things like that can happen.
Yeah.
But we have to learn to control our physical actions. Kill people with your words. That's the best way to do it.
Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, Justice for Diabetic question mark, All Stars, whatever. We know it's on
Yeah.
the way at some
All
point.
Stars 22.
All Stars dodecahedron, like who knows what's gonna come out now at this point.
What would be cool too?
Canada versus the World is already filming. Like, what the
Ooh.
fuck is happening? Slow down. Like, give me more, but stop.
Could there possibly be another partner season where we see
This is what
Diabetti
I want.
with
Like, if they do teams, they need like a cast of 20 to make it worthwhile. So you have like a 9-episode, 10-episode season, and it's like, cool, that feels fair. And then you need to pick like a good theme, like either frenemies or hashtag this is actually RuPaul's best friend race. Like, I want like Jujubee and Raven, Trixie and
Yes.
Katya, Asia O'Hara and Cameron Michaels. Like, I want like iconic duos, Kimchi and Naomi.
Yeah.
The dilemma with that is you need to get all of them to agree.
Coco
Because if
Montrese and Alyssa Edwards would be really cool.
I think that works on both of those teams, either frenemies or iconic duos. Like,
Totally.
or if they wanted to do it, they could do it with drag families. So you can do Coco and her daughter Kahana, or Bob
Yeah.
and Bob and Monet. Well, Bob and Monet works for friends and family, but you could also do Bob and Cracker too. Bob has too many family members, is what I'm finding out with this. And like that would also be really intriguing.
It would. Alyssa and Shangela or
Plastic,
Laganja.
Ganja, Gia Gunn,
That would
Catch
be
of the
really
Day,
cool.
Vivian Panay. Gone, but not. No, she's forgotten. I'm kidding.
It's almost like Legendary with your different houses.
It'd be cool.
That
It
would
would
be
be really
awesome.
cool.
I would watch.
I would definitely watch. All right. Now, next up was the Lady Camden, who was there with her drag mom and her actual mom, which is really cute. I really like that. I thought that was really adorable. And then, oh my God, Rue's so rude. Which one's the real mom? Rue, don't make the poor lady answer that. Like, come on.
And Mara's like, I am.
Yeah.
Can't you tell?
Yeah, duh. And then Camden had the song of I fell down, got back up, and I won, and I won, and I won. Which is the one song I've been listening on repeat since the finale. I think it's really good.
It's awesome. Too
I
bad it
also
didn't
love
come true, but
they just needed to put one more and I won in there, so there were 4 wins total. That's
yeah.
what messed it up. Because I do like that how that was her trajectory. Like, she pulled this stunt where she fell down, got her first win there, and then got 2 more after that. And I was like, this is a good song. Like,
Yeah, that was awesome. And I love the striking red hair underneath on the reveal
and I
after the
love
fall.
the ballerina outfit that strips away into a bodysuit. I was like, that was
Yeah,
cool,
it
unexpected.
was.
The wig she had underneath the wig she was wearing was really ugly though. But besides that, I was like, man, you just plopped that right on. Didn't even give it a shake. You just goad.
I loved her montage too. Like when she's walking on the road and she's like, "Hey, I'm walking here."
Right.
And then she's like, "If you want to bag a winner, bet on red."
Yeah, I was like, you have a good montage. Like, this was
I love
fun.
her.
I think hers and Willow's were ones I still remember. I don't remember any of the rest of them.
Yeah.
I will say, I know there's one small moment that Di did that was really funny. It's like she's like hanging out by this fountain, and then these 2 like flamingos start like screaming at each other, and she goes, "Look, it's me and Jasmine." I was like, that's hilarious. But Yeah. Camden's performance is great. I do think it is the best of the night. Out of all of them, I think her lip sync was the tightest. I think the song matched Camden's energy. Yeah, I good work all around.
Yeah, I
Great man,
totally agree.
Dumbledore.
I was like, this is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, I was like, finally a good performance. Yikes.
And her lip sync was flawless.
Oh, it was so good. Yeah, no, yeah, it was great.
Hmm.
And then we get to winner, winner, chicken dinner. Um, we have Willow Pill, who's first of all her montage, awesome. The like 70s like spy suit.
Yeah. And the
So
mustache,
stupid. It
the
was
porn
so
stash.
dumb. And I was like, this is great. I
I-
love this. The
yeah,
like stealing of someone's briefcase who was just sitting down, like it's so good.
she always entertains.
Yeah,
You're never going to be bored with Willow Pill.
I agree.
And then she
And
does the
then,
song I Hate People,
oh my God.
which is also
And
catchy.
it was really catchy, and it was one of those songs where I'm like, where is this going? And then it just kept getting better, like because at first the song's like, I love a bath, I love the sun. I was like, what the fuck, what is this? And then we get to the twist, I'm like, oh, okay, understood. And not only does the song have twists, but the costume is so dumb because she has this giant ruffle thing around her head at first, right? Like
Yes, which
beautiful
looked,
green gown.
yeah,
Mhm.
it looked cool. It looked like a
Yeah,
big sunflower
yeah,
almost.
like a big collar. And then when the first chorus hits, she rips the collar off, and there's two like identical heads next to her. And I'm like, what is happening? And then at the very end, she rips off a part of her skirt and there's a face on her hoo-ha. And I'm like, no. I'm just like, what the fuck? But it's great.
And then later she says, "This is Ross and Carson, by the way." And then she said,
Yeah.
"And this one's you, Michelle."
Yeah. I'm like, iconic. So
Oh,
great.
that was awesome.
Um, and fun fact, that whole garment and the heads was made by Utica from season 13.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow.
So props to my favorite. Yay.
That's
And yeah,
awesome. She did a really
no,
good job.
Willow's performance was great. I at first watch, I didn't think it was as good as Daya's because I found a surprise that Daya did more impactful at the first viewing. But I do on the rewatch, I liked it a lot more.
Yeah.
Um,
And Camden definitely has better choreography and moves. She
yeah,
can really move on this stage and she really owns the stage.
yeah,
Willow Pill, all throughout the whole season and including this performance, just moves a little bit.
a little bit,
She
yeah.
does
Just kind of
everything with her facial
meanders around the
expressions. Yeah, she
stage, you
just kind of,
know.
because she can't really dance, so she fakes it,
Yeah,
but she does a good job. I still would
yeah.
pay to go see her.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think you don't go to a Willow show for spins and dips. Like
Exactly.
you go for the stunts that are pulled, you know.
Yeah, and the
So
humor and the
yeah,
funny costumes and yeah.
I agree. And then we decide the top two by luck of the draw. Like it's not an automated like thing that pauses directly on who they want the top two. Sure. Um, and it chose Camden first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is why for a second I thought they weren't going to pick Willow because I was like, well, Camden makes sense because she has the best track record. And then I was like, so if they're basing it by track record, I guess at this point it's going to be Camden and Angie. And I was like, which I'm not going to be mad at, but it kind of felt like the edit dropped Angie halfway through. So I'm like, y'all didn't support this candidate as a winner if this is your pick. So I'm like, okay, so Camden won. And then I picked Willow, and I'm like, I see. Okay, that makes more
Yeah.
sense.
And I felt like a moment of relief when I saw Camden's face because I was
Mm,
like, actually, I don't really care who else gets picked now because my Camden got it.
right.
So I was
Like
just
she
like,
won. We're good. And you're like,
yeah, I was relieved at that
well,
moment.
well.
And then
We get told that the lip sync song for the last lip sync of the season is Gimme, Gimme, Gimme. But it's
yeah,
not the ABBA version, and it's not the
no,
Mamma Mia version. It is the Cher version.
yeah,
and I was confused.
Me too.
I was like, what is this cover? Like,
Like Cher was in Mamma Mia, but I don't
yeah,
think she did that song in Mamma Mia, did she?
I know she did Fernando.
Yeah.
Um, and so I was like, I love Cher, don't get me wrong, but if you're choosing this song, choose kind of the better version of it.
Right.
I know that's sacrilegious to say, but like this is not Cher's best work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why they switched it from the original. The
Yeah.
original was
Was
pretty
it
darn
just
good.
cheaper? Was this version just cheaper
Maybe.
to buy the rights for? That's what I think it is. Like,
It
but
could be.
regardless, Camden and Willow show up in lip sync outfits, and Willow is she's in like this oversized jacket.
Oh my
And
God.
what is this bitch wearing now? Like, what is this? And I was like, and the hands were like too big. I was like, this is funny, but like, how are you gonna move in this? Um,
And
and
she
then
moved like she always does, like
yeah,
with the little
como arigato, Mr. Robato Domo.
Alfredo had the same reaction, like, "Oh my God, what is she wearing?" And I was kind of like, "I kind of like it. It's
like
giving me Beetlejuice, or I didn't really know, but I liked it."
right, but also like like I was like, okay, well, this outfit says reveal because you're not gonna stay in this, I hope,
Yeah.
like, and then Camden also wore something ballerini and nice. I expected a reveal, but it didn't scream that there was one underneath it.
Yeah,
It
hers
was
was more
like a
hidden,
crown, and the wig was really pretty. So yeah, no, this was good.
a lot less obvious.
Hmm.
And
And
then
then, uh-huh.
and then Willow ended up having two reveals because the second one was that pantsuit up to here.
Okay, when the top revealed to a bottom, I was like, oh, we love a versatile bitch. You better wear it. Like, but no, I was like, when I realized it was a whole suit, I was like, that's hysterical. I also
Yeah.
thought the pant look was really chic. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
I kind of just want to wear that to pick up some apples at Trader Joe's. Like, um,
It
I was
was
really into
cool.
it.
Me
Although I will
too.
say, with the little wig, she looked like Lord Farquaad again. Um, so I was like, why is Lord Farquaad all over the season? Like, that needs to stop. Um, and then Camden also did a reel at the same time as Willow did, and they kind of had like coordinating bodysuits at the end, which I thought was a really nice touch. I don't think that was planned. It just kind of worked out that way, which
Yeah.
was really cute. And they both do a roll to the front at the very end. And lip sync wise, I thought Camden won. Um, but again, narrative, production, the works.
Me too. I thought her lip sync was better, and obviously her dance moves and just her
Mhm.
movement on the stage in general.
Yeah.
Uh, her performance was better. Willow might have beat her a little bit on creativity with the three different looks,
Yeah.
very different looks. Well, the first two were sort of in the same family, but awesome. And then the
Mhm.
third one was showed her body, which is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And but I like how they also worked together and they played off each other a little bit. It wasn't like
Mhm.
me against you, which happens sometimes. You
Yeah.
could really feel the camaraderie in this final
I
five.
agree. Yeah, they really worked together on that last lip sync too, where they just played off each other. It was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and the winnings went up. um
Oh, yes, they did.
that was a big surprise that the winner is going to get 150,000 and runner up is going to get 50,000. So I was happy for Camden at least to get a good chunk of cash.
Oh, yeah, I was like,
uh
damn, okay, like, not bad. Camden won more getting second than BB won for winning.
isn't that crazy?
That stings a little. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was
I know
only
BB was
20.
somewhere like, mother, that is not right. You know?
But in fairness, she only had to be 8 other queens. Were there 9 queens in season one?
It was 9 queens on the first. That
Yeah,
is fair.
and this was twice as many. So
I mean, it
and
felt certainly that lunch longer.
yeah, and money is a lot different now too, because that was
Yeah,
quite a few years ago, and
yeah,
with COVID and everything, a lot of prices have gone up. So I
yeah.
think that's why they felt the need to raise it. And now on All Stars, it's 200,000.
God. 200,000, and then they win $10,000 tips if they win the lip sync. Like,
Yeah.
bitch. Speaking of,
They're
we can talk about All Stars real quick. I don't think we need to go into every aspect of it, but what do you think of this cast first of all?
I'm really excited. Now I love Jada Essence Hall, but
Mm-hmm.
for me, she's kind of a little bit. I'm just not as excited about her as I am with the other queens, and I'm not sure what it is. She's a gorgeous looking queen, but I just feel like the others have more star quality.
It really hurts me to hear you say that.
I'm
I am
sorry, like as a
Team
look,
Jada so hard.
I
Like,
I just feel like she's more of a look queen, and when it comes to acting challenges and other things, I think she'll be able to do it, but I don't know if she'll shine as much as like going up against someone like Jinx Monsoon.
okay, that's also like comparing apples to like star fruits. Like, there's you can't expect Jada to outperform Jinx on something like Snatch Game. Like, that's no. um Speaking of, that was one of the best Snatch Games
Oh
ever,
my
but
god, it was so good.
Jinx's Judy Garland. Oh my god.
Yes,
Literally, I don't care what you say. That is the best Snatch Game performance ever. Like, nothing comes close. It is perfection. Like,
absolutely.
when she pulls out the microphone, just is yanking the cord. It's like one of my favorite things. And like the constant signs of like, is that my camera? Like, it's just so stupid.
The way she just gets the voices perfect,
Yeah.
and then she sang to show us that she could also imitate her singing, and every
Mhm.
little action and every little facial expression that
Absolving Dave from killing her. Oh my god.
that
Eve
was
Drag Race cut. Oh my god, the kids don't even know anymore, I bet. But
that was a masterclass in how to do
yeah,
Snatch Game.
yeah, seriously.
And
Um,
Trinity the Tuck, like I'm rooting for her. I've always loved Trinity. I'd like to see her win her own win, not to share one with Monet, but I do love Monet. I'd like to see her win and have her own win in this case. And I've always loved her so much, and she's such a character and so talented.
Here's
Uh,
something that about Trinity that I cannot work with anymore. Take a shot every time Trinity makes a reference to her plastic surgery. You will not make it through the episode. Like, it's almost every other joke she says. I'm like, we get it. You're plastic. Move on. Even Monet stopped making sponge jokes. You can too. Like,
Hail the sponge, Michelle.
long live the sponge.
Long live the
Uh,
sponge.
God.
I didn't realize that she uses that so much. Now I'm going to pay attention to it.
No, it's like I can't watch the episode because someone pointed out, I think Meatball pointed it out on a different podcast I like,
Oh yeah.
who's a great drag queen from Dragula, also
Yes.
big in the Francisco scene. She's like, no, like next time watch it and you will hear it. And I'm like, oh no, she's so right. She's so right. That's so bad. Like, Trinity even does it in a lip sync that's not even about like her, but like when like she does the rumor has it thing and she's like, she's not real. And then she points at her ass. I'm like, no, stop. It's oppressive at this point. I'm like suffocating in cellulite. um, but all this to say, Jada Essence Hall is wonderful and amazing. And I'm sad you don't like her.
I
Um,
it's not that I don't like her. I do. I think she's fantastic, but I just don't see her as the same star power that the others
I
have.
I think what I'm really appreciating about Jada is, first of all, I think last time she was here, she was full on pajama, like I need to win. And that this time she's just here to have fun. And it just shows a lot more this season. Like, I love the random shit she says out of nowhere, like America's favorite bottom. Who told you to say that? Why? What friend approved that? Like, or like she also has this moment where she's like, you know, what I love about the season is like nobody's getting eliminated, so you feel like you can take risks and do things that you normally wouldn't do because you know you're not going to get sent home. And then someone's like, oh, so you're gonna be singing today? And she goes, hell no. And I'm like, Jada's so stupid. Like, she loves a misdirect, that one. Like,
Quick, look over there.
yeah. So I'm hoping people who weren't on the Jada train on her original season get to see how stupid of a fun character she is this time, because I always knew, but I'm hoping it gets more prevalent in this one. Her Twitter's so dumb. It's so dumb. And I'm like, someone needs to take this woman's phone away. She should not be here. But it's great. There's this great video that went viral where Jada is like performing somewhere, like a Work the World tour, and she's doing the Call Me Girlfriend Call Your Girlfriend lip sync that she won her first challenge with. And she does a split, and it's kind of messy, and she falls over, right? And so like a fan who's recording is like, "Oh my God, Jada, are you okay?" And so like she's like lip syncing and like crawls over to the fan, grabs the phone camera, and goes, "I'm drunk," and I'm like, it's so good. God, Jada's just a delight. Please follow her. She's great. Welcome to my TED Talk.
How do you feel about Raja?
I'm so glad she's back.
Me too.
Because I think the kids don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
And because her season filmed in 2010. She hasn't been on Drag Race for over 10 years.
Isn't that
And
crazy?
It is wild. And I'm so glad she has this chance to show how like effortlessly iconic Raja is. Like, I mean, even in the reading challenge where she knows she's not a good reader, so she just goes down the line and goes BOOGERS boogers, and then walks off. I'm like, awesome.
That was really clever.
And how lucky for her that it turned out there were exactly 7 queens out there for her to make that.
I know. It took her a minute to think that one up, I think. If there were like one less, you could add an exclamation or something.
Yeah,
like she added the S, boogers.
Yeah.
You could take off the S if you had to. But
yeah. But I was like, man, that worked out real nice.
That was awesome. She's always come back as a guest. She's always been part of the family, and then she does that tutor boot stuff on YouTube. So it's really nice to see her back in the main section and right there on the main stage. And I think Rue is really excited about that too.
I agree. And so it's nice seeing her there. The Raven gag was funny.
That was so funny. But I wanted her to stay.
Ma'am, did you not read the sign on the door? It says all winners. You did not win. Go on out. But I will say the best moment of putting Raven in there when like Rue pulled her away and then Raja goes, hit her, like, because they're best friends. I love that. I was like, oh, that relationship really showed rare.
I did too. They had me for a minute by saying like, well, she got second twice, so she's a winner. And I was like, well, okay, so this isn't an all-winner season now, it's a legendary season.
And that was my thing too, is like, for a legendary season, please invite her.
Yes.
But if you're calling it all winners, that needs to be the rule that is adhered to, in my opinion.
I was at peace with it after, but I was just kind of like, no, don't go, because I'm a huge Raven fan.
That's fair. I was not a big Raven fan, so I was okay.
Really? She was a bitch during her season, but
both her seasons.
Yeah, that's true. They were kind of close together. Well, yeah, close-ish.
Yeah. I was not a fan of her treatment of Tatiana on season 2. I thought that was really uncalled for, especially if you really view Tatiana as being beneath you. Don't punch down. I find punching down to be so like demeaning of a person.
Yeah.
Like, equal playing field, people above you, go wild. But if you are clearly thinking I'm better than this person, don't antagonize them more. Like, that's weird. For me, that makes me feel icky.
Yeah. She definitely had some bully moments.
Yeah. But I understand why people like her. Just for me, it was never the tea. Although I will say between her and Tyra, it's like, I guess Raven. But that does not mean I think Tyra should have not won, because she did have the best track record. So regardless, Raven lost season 2, and I stand by that. Just as who I jived with more as a person, definitely Raven, and between those two. But it's not a great competition. And I do think that's what I was trying to lead up, is like, if they wanted to be like, because Tyra has now quit drag, would only like to be referred to as by his real name James, and just doesn't want to have anything to do with the drag race scene at all. And so if they were like, well, we don't really have a winner for season 2, so because you were the first alternate, you are now the winner of season 2. That was the only way I could have had them explain why Raven is here.
Yeah, you
But
could have got on board if
yeah,
they use that criteria.
yeah,
That makes sense. And I don't think they invited BB because she
they did
just
invite
came
BB.
back. Oh, did
BB
they?
did get the call, and she
Really?
turned it down.
Wow.
Um, I'm a little because I'm actually glad they did, because I do think if you have an all winner season, you need to invite the first winner. If you can't get them, I understand, but they need to be invited.
Yes, I'm still very bitter
Survivor,
about Richard Hatch. Exactly. We said it at the same time. And
Rude.
Tina, second winner. Come
Oh
on.
my god. Okay, the biggest. Okay, real quick for people who aren't Drag Race fans or who aren't here for the Survivor content, the exclusion of Tina, Rich, and Vesepia Towery is
Sepia.
absolutely homophobic. How dare you?
I know.
Anyway, sorry,
Yes,
let's pin that for a different conversation, Jeff, because I will
absolutely.
talwe talk about it.
We
But
need
I
to
do
talk
think
about that. We should talk about all the winners one day.
yeah, oh my god, I would love to go through a list of like we can like rank them of like who we think is just
Ooh,
the most successful and who's not. Ooh, I
yes.
have some hot takes on that, but I'm ready to share.
That's
Um,
yes.
because I did do a countdown of my top 10 favorite seasons, and there were some surprises in there that people were like,
Ah,
why?
cool.
But yeah. Anyway, All Star 7 is a great time overall. I like the plunger aspect of blocking people from getting points. I like
That's
that there's
cool.
no elimination because they are winners. Let's treat them as such. Because my biggest concern was like, you're going to have a season of all winners, and if you eliminate them, then they're the first eliminated. Then like, well, how good of a winner are you? And it's like, how good of a winner, or how bad of a week did they have and didn't have a chance to redeem it? Like, um, so yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next.
Me too.
I didn't do a draft for this season because I was unsure how the rules would play out. So I was like, I can't really pick a team and not understand what they're gonna do with them.
Yeah.
So for future all winter season, there will be a draft out. And if y'all want to join, DM me about it. It's a lot to keep track of, but I'll do it. But for this season, I was like, I can't. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy it and not worry about any math.
Good plan.
Yeah.
One thing we forgot to talk about was
Mm.
the miscongeniality. Um,
Oh,
Cornbread
yes.
in that beautiful
Yes.
Beauty and the Beast all in one
That was
costume.
great. Um, I was surprised Cornbread got picked.
Me
For me, that
too.
felt like a sympathy vote.
Have
Like
we ever
how
had a queen voted out so early? Well, not even voted out, but who left so early that got miscongeniality?
I think the one who actually just voted similar to is Cynthia Fontaine in season 8 was third out. And then we
Ah,
got voted congeniality because she got, I think, breast cancer like the
oh
summer
yes, that's
after
right.
filming had wrapped, but before finale had filmed. And so I think she got a lot of votes from the fans because of that. Um, but I will say there is evidence where in the few episodes she is there, like her castmates on Untucked talk about how giving and kind Cynthia is, and like gives people like duct tape and shoes that they need. So it does still make sense, but just the edit in the actual show does not support it. Um, and then Lala Ree was fourth out and won Congeniality last season.
True. So we're starting to see earlier queens get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cornbread is hilarious and talented and amazing, but I didn't see her as that uh,
I
archetype
agree. I thought
of
it
being
should have been
super
Carrie.
nice.
I thought
Yes.
it should have been Carrie Colby, quite
Yes.
honestly,
She was so supportive of all the
of
queens that are
everyone.
turning transgender and
Mm,
everybody in general. But Jasmine, like she was so good to Jasmine and
yeah,
just such a warm heart all
yeah,
throughout and just amazing. I agree. I would have given it to her.
yeah. I do think it should have been Carrie. I could have seen a Deja argument for it too, actually, because
Yeah.
Deja was always described as like the mom of the group by everyone else. So I figured that might have gotten her some votes from her castmates. I would have liked to seen the vote breakdown. They used to be show you like bonus clips of who the queens voted for congeniality. They didn't for this season, which I find is a little sus.
Did they
But
used to do a top 3, or am I just thinking of Survivor when they do the fan favorite?
Survivor for sprint fan favorite, yeah,
Yeah, because it'd be nice
because
to know the top 3 so that
I
you
agree.
know who was close. I agree. It would be nice to see how close was it and who
Yeah,
was behind her.
I agree. Um,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not mad at it because I love cornbread, but
still, it's like it just felt like, huh? But I was like, okay, well, I guess.
yeah.
I wasn't mad at it, but it was just surprising. Um, and yeah, that's mostly it. In a roundabout way. um, there will not be weekly coverage of All Stars, mainly because everyone's schedule is way too hectic to fully adhere to a specific day where we can all do it. Usually, only two of us can do it per week, and so I think what we are going to shoot for is to sort of have haphazard uploads covering everything that we might have missed. So like it might be 2 episodes in one, 3 episodes in one, and we'll go from there. Um, there will also be intermittent stuff about Survivor starting posting now that summer is starting, and both Jeff and I have more time to talk about things without school to worry about. So look out for that. Also, summer's the season for Survivor, I think. Like it's like getaway TV. And is there anything else you want to mention?
I think we got it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anything you want to plug? Shameless self promos.
You guys can follow me on Smule. I'm at Jeffrey Michael G. Jeffrey is ERY, and you can catch out some of my songs there.
Perfect. And you know the drill. It is musical underscore Myles on Twitter. That is MUSICAL_MYLES. And watch out for my live coverage for Survivor finale for 42 tonight. I have my favorites. We know who they are. And with that, I will go munch on a dragonfly. Thank you so much. Go walk out some children with nature and have a good day. Bye.
Bye.